Prosecute the police. No justice, no peace. 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 Prosecute.
Y'all didn't seem to have a problem interrupting when we were in the hallway. So now we here to shut your shit down. All loud, coming in the hallway, no compassion for people that have lost kids. You didn't have a problem interrupting. When I spoke, hey, John Choi, do you remember me? I'm Cordell Handy's mom. I'm sure you do.
The reason that we are so angry because we lost loved ones. My son's father was found dead, beaten in a garbage can after he was beat by the St. Paul police. They took his body and they threw him in a dumpster. In 2009, August 19th, Monday is the anniversary that the St. Paul police beat severely, busted, his skull was cracked in half, and they threw his body in a dumpster, and he came through on the flatbed out in Evergrove Heights. Then the police sat outside my house with my 3-year-old son, followed me, followed his mother, his little brothers and sisters. So this woman is angry. Would you be angry?
Oh, this woman is past angry.
Yes. Would you be angry if this was your child?
Because it ain't just about Cordell Handy. It ain't about Justin Teagan. It's just not about Isaac Aiden, Philando Castile, Jamar Clark, Marcus Golden. It's a collective all. I'm past angry. But if you think I'm angry, wait till you hear what God has to say. Wait till you hear what he has to say. He just told me, be still, he will repay. Vengeance is coming, and it's coming in the wrath of the Spirit. You don't need to peek, John Choi. You remember me. You don't need to peek while you sit and do nothing. Mike Freeman, how was your vacation? How was your vacation?
Come on.
I didn't ask to be here. You sent for me. I'm here. When you killed my son, you sent for me.
That's right.
Then you had the audacity to walk through the hallway and be loud. It ain't no fun, is it? It ain't no fun. And what the hell have you all lost? Nobody over there has lost a son. The only thing y'all lost is y'all damn minds. And I'm going to need for you to find them.
That's right.
You lost compassion.
Now, how in the world are you going to have
a meeting about us without us?
That's right. How are you going to bring somebody from 2,000 miles away, but you can't have any of the families that actually live here and talking about this issue? These are people who have lost loved ones, and how dare you have a meeting? How dare you have this meeting with no members of any families that didn't get justice from this system? How dare you have this meeting? We are not standing for it. We will not have it. Boots! Boots!
Boots on the ground! We're here to shut this shit down! Boots! Boots! Boots on the ground! We're here to shut this shit down! Boots! Boots! Boots on the ground! We're here to shut this shit down! Boots! Boots! Boots on the ground! We're here to shut this shit down!
And guess what? I ain't never turning around. Never. Until that great getting up in the morning is no longer there for me, I'll be here. And just remember one thing. I've walked by faith and not by sight. My faith is real clear. Where's your faith? How do you question your faith? Mike Freeman, John Choi, Harrington.
He was the...
How do you question your freedom? John Choi, you can't even look me in my eyes.
Let him know.
Yeah.
Let him know.
That's me. Right. This is my son that Miko Norman and Nathaniel Yance killed.
Come on.
And that damn circus that you put on for Philando Castile.
That's right. Yep.
That wasn't no trial. That was a circus. So with that being said, do I get to take a break? Do I get to drink? Do I get to drink, get drunk? Because if anybody got a reason, I do.
That's right.
But I don't drink. And I ain't drugging. Oh, I serve a mighty God. I serve a mighty God. Isaac Aiden, that was your last victim. Do you remember him?
That's my brother that you killed. That was the oldest in our family member. He was one semester short of graduating from the University of Minnesota with his IT and infrastructure degree. Instead of going to his graduation, we got a letter from the University of Minnesota saying they want to do a remembrance in his honor. You took that away from us. My brother will never get to see me graduate because of you. He will never see any of us graduate because of you. He will never see anything that we worked hard for. We came here for a better life. We left the Civil War just to come here and fight a different type of war. That's not right. This is supposed to be the land of the free. This is supposed to be the land with opportunities. What opportunities? For you to kill us?
They the biggest gangbangers.
Yup.
They the biggest cartel. You looking at it.
For those
They
of you
not
guys-
in the street, they inside of a building.
They shot him.
High-paid
Five
jobs
officers shot him with
and badges and
rifles.
guns on the
Five
doggone
officers
building.
shot him with rifles. Is he a bear?
For those
Why
of
are you
guys-
shooting him with rifles?
Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, my brother, they called 90 officers on him.
90 on one man.
You guys
On
heard
one
me
man.
correctly. 90. I didn't say 9, I didn't say 19.
And two of the officers shot with non-lethal weapons, non-lethal beanbag bullets, and non-lethal explosives. If your life was in so much danger, why would you leave with non-lethal weapons first? Why would you call 90 officers on one man? Why would you shoot with rifles? And then on top of that, 2/5 of the officers that killed my brother have already previously killed someone in 2015 and 2013. The other one of the officers has 3 lawsuits filed against him for his conduct in administering tests. Why are you putting them on the front line? Why are they not fighting? Putting them on the front line, people who have a history of previously killing people, tells you what kind of mindset you guys had going into this situation.
They serial killers.
Exactly.
Serial killers. They're the serial
And
killers.
they're back on the job. And you released them to the community.
And you all
And
around
the
that.
administrative leave was 3 days. And by demanding justice and by demanding the release of evidence, Bloomington Police Department blocked me on Twitter so I can't request anything. I can't see their information, which is a direct violation of my First Amendment rights.
That's right.
According to Minnesota state law, the day the officers were put on paid administrative leave, their names were supposed to be released. Me and my sister had to go back to the DCA countless times just to get the names of the officers released. And after a week and a half of fighting the DCA, they finally decided to release the names, but we can't find any pictures. Do you guys think it's a coincidence as soon as the names are released that all the officers don't have a Facebook, they don't have any accounts? There's literally no trace of them on the internet. Do you guys think that was a coincidence? They have over a week and a half to
According to
delete all accounts.
According to Minnesota Statute 13.82, Subdivision 15, all this evidence, the body cameras, the squad cam, that were originally created for public accountability, can be made available. Any private data can be made public if it helps with the law enforcement process and takes away widespread rumors and unrest. Does this not look like unrest to you?
That's right. And there's gonna be more unrest if we try to have this meeting.
Well, when you're black and brown, you don't go
This
down.
meeting gets shut
And
down.
I fought for Justine DeMond, but she was given her rights the very next day. We knew that Muhammad Noor had killed her immediately. And they were the ones that gave it to her.
Behold the work of
And everybody
Minnesota
should
law
get it.
enforcement.
You rolling your eyes at.
Why are any of
Oh,
these
Mike
families,
Freeman don't
why
care.
are
All
any of
the
these
work of
families
Minnesota
not
law
invited to
enforcement
this
since the
panel?
year 2000. These are the people who have been killed, and this scroll doesn't even
He's
have
sitting there
some
rolling
of
his
the
eyes
latest
at me.
names.
I'll drink for that.
This scroll represents the handiwork of Minnesota law enforcement since the year 2000.
Why are these families not invited to this panel?
Yes.
Why are none of these
Right.
families invited?
You
No
flew
disrespect to
somebody in
Wanda
from 2,000
Johnson,
miles
but
away.
why is there not a
Why need to do, which is to institute an independent agency with prosecutory and investigatory powers. Skip the BCA. Skip these individual prosecutors who never go after police, even in not deadly force incidents, but crimes that they commit when they engage in excessive force. That's a crime too. And if you ever prosecuted those cops for that, we maybe wouldn't have this many people written on a damn scroll. This is your handiwork. And you know what you need to do to get this to end. And if you would step up and be responsible and create the agency that needs to happen, independent, sovereign agency that can investigate and prosecute police killings, take yourselves out of the picture because you're not capable.
This
The
is their bill of
BCA
shame.
is a bureau of
Bill of
lies.
shame.
You people are not capable of this.
The bill of shame.
That's right. This is
And on the
what
topic
this
of the
represents.
And on the topic of the BCA, like the only person listed to testify in the BC here today is the BCA. So the BCA is gonna sit there and tell us all about the problems with the BCA?
Right.
That's
And
right.
No.
It's a
It's a
sham.
sham.
Representative
And the people-
BCA tell me why Mike Phil threw a temper tantrum when he was sitting down with me and my brother about our older brother's case and walked out. So whoever's representing the BCA, give us an explanation of why Mike Phil walked out of that room when we were asking him questions regarding the murder of my brother. Why is he? Where is he? If you're gonna speak on the BCA and their investigation, tell me about that. Tell me why Mike Phil and Scott told me they're done with interviewing the 90 people that were on the scene. What about my brother? He was on the scene. There was 91 people on the scene. My brother was there. Why was he not being interviewed? If you're doing a thorough, impartial, fair investigation, why was he not interviewed?
Well, nobody was on the scene, let's be clear, was Justine DeMond got killed. Sight unseen, but we got a conviction.
That's right.
Of cops.
That's right.
They got
How that
monetary.
happened. Amazing how they managed to make
Me.
that happen.
Black people get killed seen every day.
No.
Nothing happens. Philando Castile got to let you know that the world clean don't be executed.
Again, behold the handiwork of Minnesota law enforcement since 2000, only since 2000. And in the history of this state, we have had 2 police officers, now a third, being prosecuted for the deaths of people at the hands of police. In the history of the state, we have had 2, now a third. And of that, only 1 has actually been convicted.
He knows.
This
Do
will
you
tell you
recall taking this picture
everything
with
you
my
need to
brother
know.
Back in 2016. Do you recall taking this picture with my brother back in 2016? He voted for you. He's dead. What are you doing about this? Why haven't you said anything? You use being black and Muslim to just give you when it's convenient for you.
Right.
You use being black and Muslim when it's convenient for you to build your credibility. But when real black Muslim men are getting killed, you are silent and you are impartial and you do discussion panels like this. And
Or
have
family
90%,
members.
you have more than
Because
half
he doesn't
police
care. He got his
officers
position.
or pro-police people on this panel. You have all these dead people from Minnesota killed by Minnesota police on a scroll, and none of their families are invited to this panel to talk about it. You have police and pro-police people talking about police killings, and you call it a deadly encounter.
And he
So
ain't
I was
lost
just
one
walking down
child.
the street and I realized
One child.
His child
you
sits
are
on the Minneapolis
normalizing
City
police
Council.
killings with the title of this work group. You are trying to justify police killing. Murder. Why don't you have any of these families on here? These are people killed by Minnesota police.
My son's father was beat and murdered by the St. Paul police. I want to repeat it now that the rest of you guys are here. He was beaten in the midway and thrown in the dumpster. His body came through on the flatbed. The garbage truck picked his body up, not knowing that the police beat him and threw his body in the dumpster. His body came through on the flatbed in Emerald Grove Heights. Chief Harrison, you were the chief at the time when my son's father was murdered. There was a cover-up. It was a cover-up. They covered my son's father's murder. They covered it up, and then they followed me and harassed me with my 3-year-old child in the car. They sat outside his mother's house because we wanted justice. We wanted what any of you would want. If someone did this to your loved
and knock at their door too. They're not exempt.
It could be your loved one next. It could be your loved one next. So use this position to help us fight because they're killing our people.
They
And
use
we're
their
getting away
position
with it.
to take
They're out
lives.
here. They're still out there.
I want to
They're
make it
still out
clear.
there.
I want to make it clear on behalf of the coalition that our demand is not to add us to the table, make your table look nice, put a couple of family members on it. You've had that chance.
Multiple
You
times.
had
You had that chance in March.
Shut it
He
down.
wrote a letter before my mother was even killed in March.
We contacted you, not once, not twice, 3 times, asking what your plans were and how you're going to do this. So what did you do? You ignored the community. You ignored families that actually live here.
That's not right.
You brought in a wonderful woman, I know her, Wanda Johnson, she's a lovely woman. But you brought her 2,000 miles away for a case that happened over 10 years ago. And no families from Minnesota are sitting at your table. And no activists that do work around police brutality, police accountability are
And no
sitting at your
people-
table.
and-
And no people of disabilities. You say it, Noah.
And not a single person with a background in mental health or disability. 50% of people who are killed annually by the cops are people with mental health
And disabilities.
crises and disability. There is not a single person at this table. We got the posh lobbyists. We got 60% cops. In fact, we were asking for representation on this work group for months, just like everybody else. In fact, we had people with disabilities lining up before the Olmsted sub-cabinet to ask for representation on this committee. And this is not just, oh, well, we forgot. This is literally a bad faith effort and another slap in the face from this administration to leave out people with disabilities again.
And y'all need to go home.
You left us out the last
We don't
one.
need to be here. We know what needs to happen. It's clear as a bell. We know what needs to happen. You need to put into place what you talked about immediately after your election, Keith Ellison, which is an independent agency, under your office likely, an independent agency, sovereign, that would investigate and prosecute police in critical incidents.
It's not controversial. It's been introduced in the legislature multiple times.
Scott Dibble introduced it.
John Lesch introduced it.
John Lesch introduced it. This is not something that you need to have a bunch of meetings with a bunch of so-called experts who aren't actually experts. And by the way, that little piece about who's going to be on the community part of the panel is a goddamn insult. It is a complete and total insult.
I'm gonna
You're going
say-
to have on this panel, I'm sorry, this is ridiculous. You're going to have on this panel, you're going to have a person who represents a significant organization, ACLU to be sure, but again, that's not the voice of the community, that's the voice of a nonprofit. You're going to have on this panel the state ombudsman for mental health and developmental disabilities. Again, not a member of the community, a government agent, a bureaucrat. And that's fine, she plays a great role, we don't have a problem with her, but she doesn't represent the community. And if you're going to have a panel that says the community, you damn well better have some community people.
That's right.
And if you're going to have a grouping like this, you damn well better have the right people at the table. And don't you dare act like you've got the right people at the table now.
Because you
Any
don't.
board that talks about police killings had better not have 60% cops and cop-friendly people on it.
That's
And if
right.
you wanted an out-of-state family person, if you
Y'all need
wanted
to go
an
home.
out-of-state
Y'all
family
need to
person,
go
I
home.
am right here. I came all the way from Los Angeles, California to fight for my brother. It's a slap in the face that you guys have other out-of-state families when we're right here. You have Minnesota family right here.
It was a slap in the face that all of us sit here and not fight, and we come this many miles to
Yeah,
fight.
right.
That's a shame.
Right.
We came all the way from Chicago to be here today.
There are 10 families represented in this room today. 10 local families represented in this room. Not one of them got an invitation. Not one of them got told about this. We have to find out about this the day before, about who's going to be on these panels
And
and
Keith,
why
you
you're
knew
busy
about
sneaking in
this.
and out of town.
You knew
people.
about this. Your office was contacted.
it.
My brother was killed on July 2nd, last month. July 2nd, 2019. Your
officers for one man.
Armored vehicles, 2 SWAT teams.
There was 9 different agencies
no
involved. Isaac never had a criminal history, but you know what the media was today? He had a series of petty misdemeanors.
Parking
AKA
tickets.
parking tickets.
Parking tickets,
speeding
anyway
tickets.
that's already on the person's name. This is what they do.
That standoff lasted 3.5 hours, and when I went to the scene, they refused to let me speak with my brother. They refused to let him even know that I was at the scene. So my brother was shot and killed, thinking that he died by himself when I was at the scene. And what pisses me off about this whole situation is, you know what the first question the negotiator asked?
What's the immigration side?
Was Isaac Aiden a citizen?
Shame, shame.
He was a human being.
Was Isaac Aiden a citizen? So are you guys gonna determine what actions you're gonna take based on if he was a citizen or not?
Shame on them, shame. And y'all sit here like you're gonna have this meeting, and I'm here to tell you now.
For those who don't
Y'all
know,
sitting here like this has got some legitimacy, and I'm here to tell you it doesn't. It has no legitimacy because none of these families are sitting here with you today. How do you fill up a whole big old horseshoe table full of people and not any of them are family members of people who have been killed by the police in this state? How do you have a whole horseshoe full of people and not any of the people at this table are advocates around disability? How do you have a table like that? What we got a Rich Foundation, we got a group that does legal stuff and so forth, which is fine. We're not taking that down, we're not condemning that, and then a whole mess of cops. And how do y'all sit here and act like this?
Don't
is not
forget the
any
lobbyists.
legitimacy at all? Yeah, don't forget the lobbyists,
Why
that's
is there
right.
a police lobby on this committee? What
That's
is
right.
how
Why
is
has
that
the
relevant?
police
Where's the
lobby got-
people's
We're
lobby,
talking about
huh?
people who have been killed by police and stop more killings.
Let me speak for
I am my custodian, who was killed 2 blocks from here. He was unarmed for 11 hours until done was planted on him by Sheila Landy, the St. Paul Police Department. Everything about that case was a lie, and there were no laws in place to protect him or our family. No laws in place to hold police officers accountable for deleting and changing evidence, re-recording over audio. That is simply a misdemeanor, if it would ever go to trial. These things are ridiculous. So this whole committee is simply a means of posturing, looking like there's an attempt to make change, a real change, and come when the legislation is written to give us equal protection under the law. And unless you're writing those legislation, there's no need to even have a table. We're here to kick about being black, it's about being melanated. We have to understand that the FBI put out a report about 13 years ago saying that white supremacist organizations were infiltrating police departments.
That's right.
To kill and to torment and to beat people of color. This is why we see, it's not just that, oh, they're afraid. No, there are people who want to kill. And we see abuse from police, not just in homicide, but police need to be corralled on all of them. Because they are beating people, they are placing false evidence at scene, and people's lives and families are being destroyed because of the actions of the police. And until the laws are put in place, then nothing that is done will ever have teeth, and there will not be change. And what's going to happen is it's going to go too far, and someone's going to be pushed to the next level, and the unnecessary is going to happen. So if you do not want the unnecessary to happen, then stop posturing. Stop bringing in people into a circle where they think they are going to make change. We know that you have people set there to make sure there's no real change.
That's right, that's right.
The only outcomes and deliverables that I saw from the news report in the paper was a report to the legislature and recommendations to the police. Police will not have to follow recommendations.
No, they won't.
That's pointless.
They won't even
A
read them.
report to the legislation is unnecessary, unless that report is a report in which the families have been allowed to come forward and given a stipend to find investigators to tell the truth about their loved ones' cases and highlight and call out all the means and the tactics used in the cover-up and the lies, and then go back and prosecute these police and officers when the laws are lifted, just like the laws were lifted for the statute of limitations in Minnesota for people that were abused by priests in the Catholic Church. You can do the same thing for all of these families on this list so that we can get some justice. And until these things and other measures are put in place, there's no point of sitting here wasting money, wasting time, acting like there's gonna be some real change.
Right. That's
Right.
Discussions are not gonna get, we're done with discussions. We know what needs to happen. You do too. Sitting here, y'all know what needs to happen.
It has been a month since the murder of my brother. You have the highest
That's right, because
power
they're not
in the
interested in
police department
international
and these county attorneys. You can do something about it. It has been a month and 3 weeks since my brother has been murdered. No release of evidence. There was nobody on the scene to film, to record. That's the only difference between Philando Dumar's cases and my brother's case. There was nobody there to record. But the police, Eagan Police, called 90 officers. There were 90 officers on the scene. That's 90 body cameras.
It was a training
Their excessive
exercise.
use is coming back to haunt them now. You have footage from every single angle. You can't pick the most vague one. You can't do any of that. The only other option is to alter it. And it's been a month, and it'll be a month and 3 weeks on Tuesday. We demand the release of these evidence.
And not to discredit anyone sitting at this table, but does anybody know the training process at a police officer goes through?
I will discredit everyone sitting at this table because you're still sitting here.
Right.
Hey, no legitimacy taking up this issue. Not one of you sitting at this table has one ounce of legitimacy to address this issue. If you're a cop, take your cop ass home. If you're a legislator, take your legislator ass home. Y'all ain't done nothing in all these years to change this situation. And I say nobody at this table has 1 ounce of legitimacy.
And
Not one.
to give you some information.
So here are demands for this, for why we're here today, because this is why we're here today.
And this was handed out to all of you.
So this is on your table.
I'll never read it.
So I'm gonna read it for you then. Immediately disband this working group on police-involved deadly force encounters.
Shut it down.
Shut this shit down.
Shut it down.
Monique gave you a lot of reasons why you should not have this group. A lot of, Michelle has, these families have. So, because let me tell you, when the BCA and the cops investigate, they give them bullshit.
That's right.
2, immediately implement an independent state agency to investigate deadly force incidents or murder. That's what it is, when you murder, and prosecute the involved law enforcement officers. We want the police to be held accountable every time they shoot a gun
That's
or
right.
beat somebody up. That's ridiculous to get 3 days paid leave and you're back on the job.
Shame.
And the police get the police.
It's like pay Peter to rob Paul. What the hell? In fear-based military-style warrior training, significantly increase the amount of de-escalating training throughout statewide policy legislative, and post-board requirements. You shouldn't get an hour of equity training and 90 hours to learn how to shoot your gun. What is that? How are you getting 90 hours to learn how to shoot your gun, but 1 hour of de-escalation training online?
And warrior training, teaching you that everybody around the corner is about to shoot you. Okay? You have people running around, cops that are the biggest goddamn cowards on the planet, because they think everybody around the corner is about to shoot you.
That ain't
That's
right.
what's wrong.
What else you got around?
4, calls for community members suffering a mental health crisis or wellness check must be responded to by experienced mental health workers and those knowledgeable in how most effectively to address the needs of people with disabilities.
We need a more generalized training model than CIT. CIT is a terrible model.
Annual in-person mental health training provided by proven, experienced, and respected mental health experts, not online training, from the local community instead of current ineffective crisis and intervention training, or CIT. Enforcement of discipline and prosecution of law enforcement who engage in excessive force. There are people in here who are victims. They didn't die, but they're victims of a billy club. They're victims of tasering. They're victims of harassment from the cops. 7, annual required in-person anti-oppression training conducted by private and community-based organizations that represent people from oppressed groups. You've got a boatload of those groups in this community alone.
That's right.
And you should be using them.
You got him in this room.
8, all law enforcement agencies must conduct mandatory psychiatric tests of their officers every 3 years after critical incidents involving police shootings, after deadly force incidents, and when transferring to different police departments within the state. The officer that killed Isaac Aiden killed someone in Duluth, and then he got to go and have a transfer to Egan. He shouldn't have even had a job in Duluth or Egan. Require the release of unedited video footage to the families of police killed by law enforcement officers within 48 hours of a fatal incident, from like your body cams, your dash cam, witness video, and surveillance video from police, businesses, and residents. Reopen all BCA and county prosecutor fatal law enforcement cases. We know the BCA is full of crap and have done piss poor jobs on every case since they started investigating police shootings. They did a piss poor job.
Same with the prosecutors, like Mr. Freeman and Mr. Choi in this
So
room.
those are our demands. You have these on your table. You better read them.
Only a
Because
handful of people were reading them as I was looking around the room, maybe 2 people. The rest of y'all just sat there. You guys do not care. Law enforcement do not matter to you. And Mr. Ellison, your son sits on the council. You don't come to our community anymore. You don't. And I am tired. I walked up on you and I tried to give you this information. You know what you said to me? You said, brother, have a nice day, and walked away. You don't care.
shame.
You don't care.
You're only black and Muslim when it's convenient for you.
That's real.
James Coppell, fix your face.
Unless
Fix your face.
Mr. Koppel's not
We're
in
talking to
either.
you.
And let's
We're
get
talking
to
to
the
the
problem.
problem. Listen and stop straight.
The one that got killed on June 23rd of 2018.
Everybody keep it down.
The one that we came in and shut your little conference down saying that you wasn't gonna prosecute those, police, Justice Smith and Brian Kelly. Saying that he didn't listen to commands when they did no de-escalation, no time when he was approached. They jumped out that car with guns drawn, knowing what they was gonna do. And what was they gonna do? They was gonna kill him.
That's right.
They didn't give him a goddamn chance to do anything.
That's right.
And when the family came to talk to you, what did you do, Mike Freeman? You walked out.
Walked out, ran.
You did not care.
Coward.
You went back to your desk for another drink, because you don't care.
Didn't even take the time out to even talk to none of us. You never got the time out to find what was going on with us, did you? No, you didn't. Why he got $3 that he left behind that can access that body cam footage on the goddamn internet and see their dad bleeding in the goddamn alley dying. While your officers sat there and gave him no type of medical attention.
None.
And guess what? Brian Kelly was a certified medical aid. He knew how to help him out there. He didn't do nothing. What did he do? He shot his gun off too while he was already on the ground dying.
Shame on him.
No accountability for nothing for them police officers. Got to go right back on their jobs, got to go do what the hell they got to do while my brother's 6 feet deep down in the ground.
That ain't right.
I'll have to correct you. There is police accountability if you're a black cop killing a white victim.
That's
they're black.
Right.
Compared to the way you guys made Justine humanize her, completely animalized the police officer Muhammad Noor versus how white police officers are humanized. Oh, he was a loving father, an amazing baseball coach, a volunteer person in the community, versus asking the immigration status of Isaac. I wonder if Justine was ever asked what her immigration status was.
Thank you.
That was never a question.
Never asked
So
that question.
keep the same energy you guys use for white victims when they're killed by black cops
Right.
for black victims. Because if all lives matter, then black lives have to matter.
That's right.
Every single victim has to matter. If you guys are gonna hold accountability for police officers killing white victims, then you guys have to have that same exact treatment for every other victim.
You know what? And in fact, Bob Bennett said Justine DeMond was the most innocent person. He had
That's a lie.
So what does that say about people like
The
Philando?
other people he's killed before were white men as well, but he didn't get any accountability because he's a white cop. So he got to go free and take his accolades from Duluth straight to Egan just to kill my brother again. The man that he killed in Duluth was laying on his stomach in his mom's backyard in front of his mom and his wife. He was shot in the back. No accountability, and took his accolades, came to Egan. The man he killed, Zachary Primo in Duluth, was 24 years old. Came back, killed my brother in Egan, 23 years old.
And he gonna kill
The
somebody
other
else?
officer from Bloomington
They're
that
gonna
killed
see
my
to
brother
it.
killed Quincy Rindale, 26 years old. So you see them killing, this trend of them killing these young, innocent men.
Oh, and don't
And they
forget,
don't get any accountability because they're white
They don't
men.
get no
And they were
accountability
Officer
either.
Noor who killed Zachary Primo or Quincy Rindale. Best believe Officer Noor would still be in the situation he is now.
and don't forget that the BCA investigators who investigate these cases, they're killer cops themselves.
Right.
They
That's
kill people
right.
themselves.
Why do they always investigate killers?
Fox guarding the hen house.
Y'all,
That's right.
y'all, we need to hear from Todd, with Justice for Justine.
So, I live in the neighborhood that Justine Damon was killed. I walked by the spot she was murdered by police every day walking my children to preschool. It's always on our mind. And we saw during that trial all of the things that the cops did trying to tarnish her name, to try to cover up what happened that day, and the failure for the BCA to try to investigate that case, all the effort that they had to go through to get anything out so they could prosecute Muhammad Noor for that murder. And all of these things have happened before, but since there was an actual trial this time, there was an opportunity for people to see it in the public. All of these families have gone through the same thing, but this was one time that it was finally in the public. And so I had a lot of hope after that trial that maybe this would be the catalyst for change. This would be the thing that would cause something like this working group to come together. But then I saw who was on it, I saw the topics that were going to be on it, and I knew there was going to be a farce. I knew it was going to be a sham. So there's no way that the people who caused this problem can be the same people to solve this
That's
problem.
right.
We need a whole new way of thinking about this. There's no way, and I realize it's because change is hard, okay? As it is right now, when the police murder someone, they get to go off on paid vacation. They don't have to do a thing. There's no accountability for them. The investigators, they don't have to do a job. They can do a schlock job, and it doesn't even matter at all. The prosecutors, they don't have to prosecute. So the way it's set up right now,
Investigation.
right, no one has any incentive to change. But let me tell you something. I know change is uncomfortable. I know change is awkward. I know change is expensive, but change is coming. Everyone in this room right here, this is where the change is coming from, is in this room right here. So I know that a
Not
lot
at
of
this
people.
table, but not at this table.
No, the people that you see around the edges of the room, this is where the change is coming from. And so that's why we're here today.
And I'd rather eat crumbs from buns than steaks with snakes. You have a bunch of snakes up in here.
Hopefully, our messages have touched your hearts. Look at this scroll. Look at this scroll.
Read the names.
Look at these names.
The
Look at
bill
how many families are
of
suffering.
and you will
Just
pay.
in Minnesota.
Besides your
Minnesota
position,
since 2000.
besides your positions,
waste our time, the precious time that we use to assist families, the precious time that we use to investigate cases ourselves. We spent a year investigating the Thurman Blevins case. All volunteers, no paid staff, but we did a far better investigation than the BCA did.
That's right.
Far better investigation, and we've got the proof. We spent nearly that much time investigating the Jamar Clark case, and we have far better information than was available in the BCA. That is a bogus outfit that is designed to clear cops. And everybody in this room knows it. It's never been a secret. So why are you acting like you're gonna come here and do anything for these families or for anybody in this state? I don't know why you're sitting here. I'd be ashamed to be in those chairs. What I would say to you is, you know what needs to happen.
And keep telling us that you got
Make it
son
happen.
the same age
Get
as
your
my
asses
son.
out of these chairs,
You
throw
think it's Black
yourselves
Lives
home,
Matter?
and leave this
It
to the
don't.
people that know what
It
they're
don't.
doing. Because
If
none of
you
y'all know what
sit
you're
there
doing.
and be on the
And
phone
all y'all are
while
up here
she
to
talking.
defend cops.
You need a reality check, black man. It's what you need. And Harrington, you sit there and you allow our children to be weaponized, demonized, brutalized, criminalized, and victimized. You both did. I know your son. He was the same one that didn't even come to Jamar Clark's anniversary. Wouldn't even walk down the damn street where the apple don't fall far from the tree. I see where he gets it from. You can care less and you teaching him not to care. But don't you think for once death won't come knocking that you're doing that it can't. It will. Because when these cops appeal to your black son, they appeal knowing that it's going to be a death sentence. 10 out of 10. You sitting there looking, looking at me like you don't understand. Understand that you're a black man. Understand that you got black kids. Understand that they black lives don't matter. Understand that. And for you to be on the phone, you a cold-hearted, cruel, and sensitive black man. You gonna have to come down some notches. But we're gonna bring you down some notches. Because the same people that put your ass in that seat is gonna be the same one that put your ass.
That's right.
Say it. Yeah, example. And these white folks gonna watch us put your ass out. And
There ain't
you
nothing they
sit there
can do
laughing.
about it.
I promise you. Oh yeah, let me introduce myself. My name's Kimberly Handy Jones. My son was Cordell Handy. Cordell Quinn Handy, killed by Nico Norman, Nathaniel Yance. Two St. Paul police shot my son at the same time. Let me tell you something.
While he was on his hands and knees begging for his.
None of you all will forget Cordell Quinn Handy, but your asses will always remember Kimberly Handy Jones. I'm gonna make damn sure of it. Your asses is out that seat.
215 people killed since 2000, 11 a year. While you talk in this committee for the next year, 11 more people will be killed. Your talk denies the implementation of what we know needs to be done. Your talk denies justice. Your talk covers up for killer cops.
That's right.
There have been two just in the past month.
That's
Two
right.
police shootings just in the past month.
And we had, in the state of Minnesota, 5 people killed in the 3-week period between November and December of last year. All 5 were suffering from mental illness at the time they were killed. They were in a mental health crisis. Ain't nobody been prosecuted for any of those shootings. And there's been no efforts whatsoever to bring disabled people to the table. It is utterly shameful. Do you look in this room? Do you all see anybody at your little horseshoe table that represents the rights and interests of disabled people or people with mental illness? You got nobody on this committee that has anything like that.
Despite the fact that we've been asking since February.
That's right, that's right. And by the way, that March letter we sent, that wasn't the only letter we sent. We have sent 3 communications to Ellison's office and to this committee, and no response. That tells us that you all do not give a goddamn. You don't care. You didn't care. You don't care. And that's why you have no consideration sitting at this table or having this meeting. Y'all need to take it elsewhere because we are not having it.
Chief Ellison,
We're not having it.
it's really ironic to me that this morning KMOJ played an interview where you were warning Minnesotans about scams. Because you're
He told Trust it don't because white cops couldn't kill the fire tomorrow. And I ain't seen none of their asses go to jail. I'll wait.
Come on.
This is why we were here. We're here, no one, are you gonna hold any cops accountable today? If this working group is supposed to be holding cops accountable today, then fine. But you're not gonna do it today, and you're not gonna do it tomorrow, you're not gonna do it next year.
Nope.
I sit here, I'm sick of going to vigil after vigil.
Yep. Right.
I'm sick of every time, I feel like an ambulance chaser sometimes, because I feel like I go from when you all with the guns are killing our unarmed community members, we're always there. We're the ones there, we are the ones having to watch the trauma.
Yep.
Pick up the pieces.
And pick up the pieces, while your cops get to go on paid vacation. This isn't a picnic when someone gets killed by the cops. It's not fun and games.
You think we want to be here right now? We are being forced to pay for our brothers' killers right now. We pay sales tax, we pay tax money. We are paying for our killers, our brothers' killers.
And it's got to stop. It's got to stop. This is fake. It's fake, it's phony, it's a dog and pony show.
Yep.
It's something to make us feel better. You didn't want us to come here. Why'd you put something together if you didn't want us to come here? Because you knew we were going to come here and shut your stupid little meeting down. Because this is not right. And you know it's not right. And you're sitting there and you're looking at us like we're crazy. We're not crazy. You drive us crazy because of all the policies and shit. You rather limit our rights to speak out versus why don't you start prosecuting some cops and putting some cops in jail instead of putting protesters in jail?
That's right.
That's right.
Well, why don't you get up and walk out of here because you know in your
Thank
heart
you.
that this is wrong.
Oh.
You know that you shouldn't even be here because you hear the stories. You know what we are saying is real. We are living it. I live this. I live with my 13-year-old son, and I have to tell him this one day. I have to tell him that his father was in a garbage can, and the St. Paul police are the ones that put him in the garbage can after they bust his skull in half. I have to tell him that. I live this. So, get up because you know as a human being, despite your title, that this is wrong. This is fake, it's wrong. All these people, imagine how many officers it is. With all these names on this list, imagine how many officers are out there.
Still got their jobs.
And they still got their jobs. The people that murdered my son's father, they're still out there. I had to live, I was scared to go outside because they followed me. They followed me. They sat outside the store after they murdered my son's father. I had a 3-year-old. I was 23 years old. His mother, after they threw her child in the garbage, they sat outside her house because she got an attorney to fight for her child. Think about this. Think about it. That's all we're asking you guys to do. That's all that we're asking you guys to do. Right is right, wrong is wrong. This meeting is wrong. Unless you're here to put something together to hold the police accountable, there's no need in having this meeting. And you might as well get up and go home. Because guess what? It could be your son, you, Eliza. It could be you next. That's the point that we're trying to make. So what are you going to do when it comes to your doorstep? What are you going to do when it's your brother or your son?
Run us. Run us like they always do. They'll run us.
These people won't help you.
And he was smart about this too by making 9 out of the 16 panelists black. You were strategic about that.
Yes, he was.
Well, pisses me off more than anything. I don't know if you guys got a chance to read the website about this meeting, but what was posted was Clarence Castile lost his nephew to gun violence.
Shame.
Oh,
That's
gosh.
true.
To gun violence. If I saw an article saying that Isaac Aiden lost his life to gun violence, I do not know what I would do.
I would not be on that panel.
Why are we sugarcoating the situation? We're calling it deadly encounters instead of murders.
Because it's murder.
We're using all these terminologies to try to de-escalate and sugarcoat this real serious situation. Like the only reason Isaac died July 2nd is because he was a black man. Isaac did not have a criminal history. He was supposed to graduate from the University of Minnesota. He started his own business. That is what, at least I would think, every immigrant strives to do. and Isaac did accomplish all those things. Plus, he had a lot more planned within the following years to come. What did Isaac do wrong besides being black?
And I've said it before, you can be black, you can be a successful black college student from the suburbs and still get gunned down by police and become a statistic by not making it to 25. That was my brother. He followed everything, graduated high school with the highest ACT of his graduating class, went to St. Paul College, got his associate's degree, transferred to the University of Minnesota, was working on his IT and infrastructure degree. Was from Columbia Heights, was from the suburbs, never had a criminal record, started his own business, invested in stocks. He literally followed, point blank, everything. And he still was a statistic. So don't think you're too far gone from it. Don't think you're too far gone from it.
So you guys can either be a part of the problem or a part of the solution.
Right
To
now,
even
they're part of the
have
problem.
armed police officers at a meeting talking about police accountability is disrespectful to all the families and to everybody here. If you guys are going to a meeting, why the hell do you guys have to bring a gun?
Right. Why do you have your gun?
Why are you guys coming in bulletproof vests? Are you guys that terrified of protesters? Do you guys honestly think we came here to burn shit down or, well, I don't know what you guys think. It just does not make sense.
It's not only disrespectful, it's hurtful to the family.
Because those are the same
It's
folks who
intimidation
killed our
tactics,
loved
what
ones.
it is. It's
That's exactly right,
intimidation.
Samaya.
You're trying to intimidate us because you know you have a room full of people with traumatic experiences with the police. So you decide to come armed in your uniform to intimidate us.
Yep.
To bring that traumatic experience to
They're
trigger
abusers.
us.
Well, I'm not so easily startled, okay? They don't intimidate me.
They've done the worst already.
Right.
They've murdered our family. They've murdered people we love. So they've done the worst already. So the intimidation is over with. I'm tired of living in fear.
What can they take from us that they haven't taken? You took our kids, you took our loved ones, you took our children's siblings. What can you take from us?
And you still haven't cleaned the blood from your hands for doing it.
That's
It's
right.
still dripping.
And it's blood
As
on
y'all
every
walk
last
out
one
the
of
door,
our hands.
look at the carpet. There will be blood stains of all these people's names and all the people not held accountable.
Well, I'd like to read this. Those closest to the problem are closest to the solution, but furthest from the resources and power. No movement for social justice has ever succeeded without the full participation and leadership of those most affected. Glenn E. Martin, founder of GM Trainers and Leadership USA.
Yes.
These are the people that should be at the table. This Keith is who you should be meeting with, and you know it. And I want to ask you, why have you not reached out to any families before this working group? And I'm asking you a question, and I would like an answer. Why have you not reached out to any of the families whose loved ones' lives were stolen by police before you did this working group?
The minimum of having the camera, because the camera actually said to be a test body to see what the police doing, if they're following the instruction. But up to date, we haven't got any police data. We don't know what happened to our loved ones. We haven't seen any cameras. Even the activities before us, they said the camera was edited. So it's not showing the camera what they did. So what's the meaning for having the camera? So the other ones, they lose their power. They're just killing the person and they're hiding the cameras. And what happened?
Keith Ellison, you know this is a pending investigation. You say you want to put stuff in place to make sure police are being held accountable. Right now, the officer who shot my brother in Egan in Duluth, came to Egan without a mental health check. And then he killed Isaac Aiden. And now he did not get a mental health check. And now he's back on the job. So you're telling me someone who killed 2 people is mentally stable
In
enough
6
to
years.
keep doing exactly what he's doing?
Serial killer.
And all the officers that were involved, 1 hour of de-escalation training. At a very sensitive situation, why the hell are we putting those on the front line? Those people on the front line. I don't want to be getting any calls. I don't want to hear anything of you guys trying to help us as soon as my brother's case is closed. You guys can actually do something while the case is still pending. Do you know under Minnesota state law, all the officers who shot at my brother, their names were supposed to be released the day they were put on paid administrative leave. Me and my sister had to go to the BCA countless times just to try to get their names. And when we got their names, there's no pictures associated with them. I don't even know how my brother's killers look like. 2 of the 5 officers who killed my brother with rifles previously killed people. A 3rd one has 3 lawsuits filed against him for his conduct in DWI.
Well,
Well, thank you for allowing me to respond to the question. The bottom line is, this is about system change. This is about system change. It's about changing the way that these matters are handled in general. It's not focused on any particular case. It's looking at the body of ideas, many of which you all have brought forth today. In fact, everything you said, other than disbanding this working group, is on the table as far as I'm concerned.
But you said we brought this together today. You've been knowing about this. You too old of a cat to even think you're fooling kids.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this, Kim. Kim, let me just say this. Let's say that you guys asked me a question. Let me answer it. And I'm happy. No, and I'm happy to. Okay. They won't let me answer.
Okay, we're gonna answer. Why haven't you brought families here? You lost no
Because you don't care.
right now.
Why not offer them a seat at the table? You got families here right now. There's one.
Why don't you get the
There's some people.
table?
Why don't we offer up the empty seat? Chief Arredondo ain't here offer his seat up.
And why don't you have anybody at this table with actual expertise doing police accountability work that has been working on this for years? We have several people in this room that meet that criteria. And not one of them was even invited, and you didn't even.
I just want to know the answer to why you didn't invite the families.
Every single person who lives in Minnesota is invited to.
What the hell you mean? Minnesota. My son was killed here. And damn it, if you won't set the damn table, talking about make change, I damn sure better be here. If not, I'm coming in like I did today. It ain't just about Minnesota, it's about Minnesota killing all of our kids. Minnesota don't give a damn about who they kill. My son was from Chicago. Minnesota families. But then damn it, I'm one of them. I bet damn it.
And inviting, saying everybody from Minnesota can come to the table? No, we're not sitting at this table. We're sitting with the seats out the audience, waiting while y'all, play and talk and play and waste people's time with more discussions about police brutality. We don't need to discuss police brutality. We need to end police brutality. And we know exactly how to do it. You don't need any more damn discussion. Discussion time is over. We done had multiples of these type of working groups.
And how could you talk about something that never impacted you?
And it's time.
What do you know about losing a kid? What do you know about losing a son, a daughter? What do you know? What do any of you all know? What do you know? But you sit here and you want to talk about it? Fuck talking about it. You should be about it. Allow us to talk about it. Allow her, me, allow us to talk about it. Be about it.
Right here, protesting.
Boots on the ground. We're here to shut this shit down. Boots on the ground. We're here to shut this shit down. Boots on the ground. We're here to shut this shit down. Boots on the ground. We're here to shut this shit down.
And we ain't turning around. We ain't turning around.
These families, if you really cared about the families of victims, we are here. 10 families are here, including the one you invited from California. We are protesting your panel. We are questioning the legitimacy of it. We don't want this panel to happen. How can you have a conversation about us and not invite us?
Right. And what about, again, people with this?
All these names on this scroll, they were from Minnesota. They were killed by Minnesota police. Do these names not matter to you? Do these families not matter to you?
We already have police policing the police, and now we're gonna have more
Police
police
discussing
discuss-
police killings?
No.
More than half of these are police officers, and the other third are pro-police.
So look, let me answer your question. We're here to work on this problem.
you're not.
Let me just, Michelle, let me finish. Let me finish. Michelle, let me finish. We're here to work on this problem. We're going to work on this problem because it is a very important problem, as all of you have made clear. Now let me finish. If you all will not allow us to proceed, we can postpone and come back later when a time when we can work. But if what you're saying is you want us to hear from some people, listen. If if it has been said that there are families here, there are folks who want to be heard, we're here. We are here. We are here to hear people, to hear all the voices. The point has been made that look, the scroll is enormous. If there are folks who want to share their views and help inform the work that we're doing, we want to receive it. That's why we've been going.
That's why you said a
That's why you're gonna avoid us.
Everyone's invited.
public comment at the end
There's
of
no
the
one.
day on a Saturday.
About us without us.
There's nothing.
Nothing about us without us.
That's what you said for 45 minutes.
With no one on here that's a family member that didn't get justice. How do you have a work group like that? How do you have a work group that has no one on it from the mental health and disability communities? How do you have a work group that has no responders? How do you have a work group that has no police accountability after this? And some of us have been doing this a damn long time. You know I've been doing this work for a while.
people at the table.
How you gonna have people like this where people are not
That one's mine. No, that's fine. You don't have any.
Don't tell us to come at 45 minutes at the end of the meeting to speak.
You don't
Hell
really
back.
care. You never care about hearing us out. You're just trying to cover yourself right now. Because if you really cared about what our families and other families had to say, we would have been invited. We wouldn't be here protesting you had we been given a seat on this table. Because we know the damage is done to our families.
Instead of inviting me in to let the murderers get away.
That's right.
So let me just.
Good looking out.
To justify the killings of our family members.
That's right.
And like you said, you know what's
And
the
how do you
problem
want to
is.
have the people that cause the problem be the one that don't work?
And they got part of the
That they
problem.
done shit in the community. I'm sorry.
They
This
are
is
the
the
problem.
wrong people at this table, and they're never gonna do what they need to do to solve this problem because it all needs to just look good and appease the community. We are not appeased. We will not be appeased.
Time to
We
adjourn
are
this
not
meeting,
going
Keith.
away, and y'all need to get yourselves out of your chair and go home. Because we are not gonna be appeased, or we're not going to allow this to happen.
Like you said,
So-
we already know what the problem is. So why the hell are we starting the discussion phase?
That's right.
We know what the problem is.
And we know the solution. And we know the solution.
No, you all are the problem, we the solution. Now you probably need to get the hell up and go home.
And I don't know if you heard Stacy, but she said statistically, 11 more people are gonna be killed within the next year. And I don't think you're seeing this as an urgent situation. You wanna sit back, have these little discussions just so you can check that off. You're doing all this for your image. If you honestly wanted to do something, you actually can do it. You know the problem, you know the steps you need to take to solve this problem, so why are we doing that? Why are we still at the discussion phase? Everyone's aware.
How many is enough?
Also, we need to keep in mind, when we're talking about who's on this list, there's never any accountability for these reckless drivers, police officers. Many of these people on this list are killed by officers in unnecessary high-speed chases. That's right.
Innocent
And
victims.
those victims.
They're not even the ones they're chasing.
Right.
Like Patricia Ocampo is the most innocent victim you can have. She's just driving herself down the street when a cop slams into her vehicle.
Ivan Romero.
She's
Ivan
the most
Romero.
innocent victim you can have, and yet that cop was not prosecuted.
And Ivan
Tell
Romero.
me that innocent.
We don't have the death penalty in this state. Every one of these victims is innocent. And nobody on this list did anything to deserve to die.
And this is not just
But you did not go down to training for that shit.
The cat, and they're saving the dogs, but it's easy to create a black person. That's what it is. They came 2015.
You can only hunt a deer twice a year, but you get to hunt black and brown people every day of the year.
Absolutely. So make sure the scope of this is broad to include everybody. Because we need people protected under the law. Now, if I have a conversation, you want us to do some emails with some legislation we want to see in place, that's how we can go, okay, we can do that. I don't want to sit at the table with you.
Especially
I'm
these
not
bottles.
writing legislation. I can start writing legislation. I got
There's a lot of us who know how to do it and probably can do it better.
That's how we get checked. Start our conversations. We don't have to meet. It can all be done electronically.
Because it's talking loud and doing nothing.
Get it done.
It's all the time. Nothing
Because,
ever gets
no,
done.
it could have been done a long time ago. So we saw when Prince died, that was an emergency session called, and that legislation was written to keep those tax dollars in Chad Hampton. So when something can be done that fast, or the death of a celebrity, all these people, they were celebrities in our lives, and in their families. You can do the same. Call emergency session and have some change.
Because we're in a state of emergency.
When you guys see what the problem is, we're here and the problem is here. So what's to continue to have this fake panel, because it's a fake panel. All this is fake. If the families aren't here, it's fake. So what's the use of having it continuing with something that's not even real? This isn't even legitimate. The families are hurting, the families are here, so what's the use to continue a conversation when you know what the problem is? All the people are here. And
When you got the people that are covering it up on the panel.
Right.
The one that gets away with
These
murder.
guys all want to act like they have some legitimacy sitting here.
You don't.
I am meeting with these families week in and week out. I do this as a volunteer. I do not get paid to do this work.
Why is Mike Freeman sitting over
And
there reading?
I meet with
Why the hell is he
week in
reading?
and week
And
out.
we talking about
I
our
go to
kids.
protests. I
What are you
organize.
reading about?
Because Mike don't care. Mike Freeman has never cared about lives stolen.
He's the biggest cover-up there is.
But you need a book thicker than that.
We don't see you in the community with people who are dealing with the effects of police brutality. That's what we do, but we never see you in the community. I don't see you sit with the families like I do. I don't see you going to protests, going to city council meetings, or
Going to
any of this
vigils?
stuff. None of y'all got any legitimacy. None of y'all work on this issue routinely. There's people in this room who do, and there's family members who are suffering. And there's people in communities that need to be represented, and none of y'all represent any of those groups of people. That's why you have no legitimacy.
The
Y'all
only,
need to take yourselves home.
the only stated goal in your press release announcing this working group was to discuss. You want to talk about system change? This is what it is. It's 19 years worth of victim impact statements. We didn't pull this out of thin air. These are proven practices. Communities of color are not enemy combatants based on fear-based training. These are recommendations that need to be implemented now and not a year from now after you've discussed it and regurgitated your discussion
And
again.
see if it's okay with Mr. Police Lobbyist. You know, they gotta have the permission of the police lobby and all their law enforcement buddies to make one tiny ass little change in the legislature. Let me tell you something, your days are numbered.
You're asking to-
You
you're
have
asking
to
to-
say I'm showing you more.
we're
I don't mean a physical threat, I do not mean it that way, I want that clear. What I'm saying is your days of controlling the legislature, your days of running these little panels of discussions and woody-woo and all that, those days are over.
So,
We're done with discussion.
so,
We're ready for
so,
action.
so
And
Michelle,
y'all have no action.
I want to ask you all a question. I want to ask you a question. So look, we're here to listen to you. Stop, stop. We're here to, so if your only goal is to stop us from having a conversation and listening to you, if I'm trying to ask you a question. If you all,
Why didn't you come to us before this conversation?
this is a community conversation.
We're at the Capitol. You're not in the community. You're not in North Minneapolis where this is impacted the most.
If your
You
goal,
didn't go to the community, so stop that bullshit.
if your goal is to stop us from having this conversation right now, then honestly,
We've had this discussion for years.
Let him answer. Let him answer.
if your goal is to stop us from having this conversation right now, then I'm going to move to postpone the meeting and we'll reconvene at another time. But if your goal is to share with us these very important, tragic situations, then let me try to get my question out. If the only purpose you're doing here is to stop us from talking, we will stop talking. But if you all want us to hear from you, and you've already shared the stories, then we'll sit here and listen to them. That is the point of what we're doing, is listening to people. So if you're saying,
How about doing
so if you're pointing,
that is really underrepresented in systems change is, again, there's nobody on this entire workforce, on this entire work group, who represents mental health providers. He didn't call Nanny. He didn't call the Autism Society. There are a lot of people in my community who, I have high functioning autism. I've had adverse experiences with law enforcement. I really dislike cops. Really do.
Mental health representation over here.
But I've even offered, and there's was having a mental health crisis.
In his own home.
His mother called the police.
His mother called the cops.
Thinking she was gonna get help,
The
but
only
instead
time-
her son's dead.
And again, the only time the crisis team showed up was to deliver lunch to the cops who were there after they shot him. You know, we have an issue with crisis intervention in this state. We have a massive issue with crisis intervention. We have a massive issue with people with disabilities. 50% of these people that lose their lives to police brutality are my people.
And mental health should not end up as a death sentence.
I don't remember Minnesota having a death penalty.
Hey, Keith, if I can say this, but, you know, somebody said it earlier. We know what's going on here, right? I mean, people have died as a result of having mental health issues, right? Folks have died of running from the police. They've died under questionable circumstances. Most of the people that were honest, who've been killed by the police, should not have been killed. Now, here's the thing. Now, we live in a society where we brag about, in fact, in the U.S., we brag about being the most civilized society, not in the world, in the history of the world. We brag about being democratic. But in a society like that, folks shouldn't have to embarrass themselves, get out of bed early on Saturday morning, and raise hell, and look crazy in front of people looking like we're crazy. But we're not crazy. People are frustrated. You're hearing the pain. You have no idea. People have no idea the pain of someone who's lost a child at the hands of the state. That's betrayal. It's an ultimate betrayal because we present ourselves as a civilized society and that life is sacred. So if life is sacred of us, we have to do something different. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over. We can't have blue ribbon panels. We know what should happen. If the police take someone's life, they should be prosecuted. If I take someone's life, I'm going to be prosecuted. This is common sense. We shouldn't have to be here Saturday morning raising hell about it. Everybody sitting here knows the solution. If we're going to live in a real society among human beings, right, and respect each other as human beings, this has to be something. It's an emergency thing. It's an urgent thing. We treat it as if, well, let's sit around and talk about it. People are still dying. We can't just sit around and say, this is an emergency. You have to treat it like an emergency. And also, you know what the solutions are. We keep talking about going to the BCA. Mike Freeman exposed the BCA for what it is in the what's the name of the trial?
Damon.
Right? She exposed them. They're basically covering up what's already been done. So clearly they're not agents to go through. So clearly what needed is some independent folks who are separated from the police, from the county attorney's office, independent human beings who have maybe law degrees or whatever, who can sit and judge these things fairly. That's one solution, right? The other one is, if somebody shoots somebody, you take them off the street right away. You send a message of disrespect. You send them to the office, and they're in the streets. This woman saw the guy who killed her husband at a protest. That's evil. That's cruel. And so we're here because this thing is just wrong, and what we need to do is not have blue ribbon panels about it. Implement the things that we know need to happen. Because they no genius to figure this out. Now, that is, if we live in the society that we say we live in. Now, maybe we don't. I mean, that's possible too. Maybe this is a society governed by white supremacy, and that money is the only thing that counts. That might be who we are. We have to be honest at some point, because I tell you what, we have to keep coming back here. It's a condemnation of all of us. That's right.
So, Mel, if I could just say this. Look, you guys, the fact is that we're here to listen to you, and I'm prepared to be here all day to do that. Stop.
All right, Mr. Ellison.
Stop. Let me finish. No, let me finish. Let me just finish, okay? So the thing is, I'm scheduled to be here till 5:30. I'll be here till then. I am leaving then, just so you know. But I'll be working on this. But the thing is that Michelle, we've received a lot of valuable information just this morning.
You've been knowing that.
No, not true.
You didn't need Michelle.
Mr. Ellison.
The blood of children shed lets you know. You ain't need to receive the damn thing.
Press releases, how many protests? I bring my children out to these protests and everything. We've been telling you for years and years. Time out, you just heard this today?
I never said that.
For years and years.
I never said.
Keep the point they're making is just like this. Keep the point they're making is, we know it needs to be done.
Like I said, you're black and Muslim when you be here for you.
We know it needs to be done.
Who needs to be doing it? And that is
This is your
it.
chance to speak up. You had the opportunity to let all these 10 families here have a chance to, if you really wanted to hear them, you could have offered them a seat on this table.
Mr. Ellison,
That's
you
not
want to
true.
hear from us? You know my story. I've come to you many times, even when you were a congressman, about the police brutality and the injections and the rape that's going on in the county jails. You've known about this for many years. You personally had been dealing with my story. And yet, the people you have on your council are the same people that are going to do their best to cover it up, as like Mike Freeman and the union person that's doing their best to cover all this shit up. But yet you want to say that you're here to discuss this and you want to hear our grievances about this. My grievance is you got the fucking people that are causing the problem on your panel to cover it up. Stop covering the shit up.
So you said that you were here to hear from us. It shouldn't have taken us to call a press conference and a protest.
That's right.
Come in here so you can hear from us.
Yes.
You should have been talking to us back in March when we sent that letter.
Yep.
You should have been talking to us all along the way, and you should have been talking to us a lot sooner than that. And you should have been talking about putting these people on this panel, not a whole bunch of people that are the problems or that facilitate the problems. You should have had the people in this room that are standing up talking to you now at the table. Not, come and talk at 45 minutes at the end of your 8-hour meeting.
After y'all be
With
right at the
panels of
bullshit each
people
other.
who are expert
But you
in
can't
nothing
bullshit
about
up.
these issues.
This is not about hurt feelings about not being invited to your party.
That's right.
This is about the illegitimacy, the insensitivity, and the lack of transparency in the process and composition of this working group.
That's right.
You want to fix it, you end it, and start over.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
it. That is not a recommendation, that is a demand. You made a mistake, own it, and shut down this working group and start over.
You have a lot of people here who told you solutions, and you can implement those solutions.
He read it.
People,
He's seen it.
you've seen our demands, but there are people who have been working on ensuring the police, getting community control of the police, making sure that the families who are victimized by the police get the help they need. Children who's watched their family members die should be getting mental health services. Their parents shouldn't be getting arrested because they're not going to school. They're not going to school because they witnessed their parents. They witnessed a crime. They witnessed their parent getting murdered. So the people in this room gave you solutions you can implement tomorrow. You can implement that shit tomorrow.
Let me respond to this young lady right here, and I'll get right to you. Here's the thing. We cannot implement it tomorrow. And hear me out. Just hear me out, okay? Let me tell you why. Because many of the things that you recommend require legislation. We're going to have Listen.
You had a long time to work on it.
You chose to invite a bunch of police officers to be honest. They're the ones.
Like I said, I meet every single week, almost every single day, with a family member. I'm on the phone with family members. We're out here having bake sales to raise money for independent autopsies. We're out here having, car washes and garage sales to pay for these folks to hire independent.
And might have to do the same thing for you all.
Because the
You all are not
BCA butchers these cases deliberately, and you guys back them up by not prosecuting these cases. This is the reality of this world. None of these people that are at this panel are going to address that in any realistic way. And your plan for today was, let me get this straight, 9 to 5:30, all these little panels of experts, including your so-called community experts, which didn't actually have anybody on it from this community. You're saying, oh, I came in to hear what you had to say. No, you didn't. Your plan, as you published, was to hear from the community from 4:45 until 5:30. I don't exactly call that listening. And I definitely don't call it listening when you have this group of people at the table. That is a problem. That is the issue.
You've already tried to justify police killing by the wording of this panel. You said Philando Castillo's uncle lost his nephew to gun violence.
It was murder.
Police violence. It was police murder.
They
An
executed
officer
him.
involved shooting.
The world seen it.
Oh, please.
You're justifying. You're trying to put a
No,
band-aid over
Officer
it.
Connors, Officer in crap.
And you chose to work with
And
them
then you got Mike
instead
Freeman
of
and
us.
John Joy.
That's right.
The ones who allow them to get away with murder
Over and
on
over
your
again.
panel. I find that quite damn interesting.
And they're the biggest cover-ups there is.
Their asses is a fucking problem. It always have been.
They are the problem.
Excuse me, Mike Freeman does not let police get away with murder if they're black, Muslim, and
No, you said that, but I've also said
No, no, I'm just-
they charge cops by the color of their skin and not by their crime. I've been stated that. But still, millions before him, or thousands, have gotten away with murder, and they're all white. Well, hell, I knew Nora was gonna be convicted, hell, the man
Oh,
black.
yeah, and Mike Freeman,
It didn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out.
we know that you're.
But had he killed a black woman, the man, he'd have been walking the beat right now today. But because Justine was white, he had to go and do it again, I will say, sight unseen. And the world watched Philando Castile be executed.
Right.
And that ass walked away with fucking murder. And John Troy, that fucking sham you put on for a fucking damn trial. Go home and grow some hair on the top of your fucking head. Make me sick.
And you
Bald
chose to
head
work
ass.
with these people instead of us. That was your choice. You chose to work with the murderers and the people that cover up the police murders of the people in the community, and you decided not to work with us. You're giving all kinds of lip service to working with us, but that's bullshit.
Earlier this year, you promised to look into the BCA. Even Mike Freeman came out and said how corrupt the BCA was, how they rubber stamped, fumbled, and are inept an investigation of police goods. And you promised the community.
You'll find out your Asian life don't matter, John Troy, because they killing your people too, bastard.
60% police officers, and then have the BCA come testify to you about the problems of the BCA. These people can tell you about the problems of the BCA. Michelle has pages and pages of investigation. You choose to have the cops come have a little chat with you about the police problems instead of actually engaging something that would help. We need help. People are being murdered. People are being brutalized, and there is no accountability. Stand up, be the progressive you pretend to be, and take action for these people.
They're not gonna change, they're not gonna change on their own.
To do it either. We don't need that. We know what needs to be done, just get about doing it.
This is
And
a
don't
white
have a bunch of
man
cops having a
who's talking
conversation.
to him. This is a white man who has not lost a loved one due to police brutality, but he's standing up for our family, talking for you. Michelle has been to my home. When my son's father was murdered, I had to scrape up my money, the little money I had, after they murdered my son's father, who was the other provider in my home, to pay for another investigator, to try to investigate the police, because it was a complete cover-up. Complete cover-up. So I'm scraping money together, trying to raise my child, pay my bills, to try to get the truth of what I know really happened to my son's father. I seen a video from Walmart that's edited. This is what's going on. If you're, like I said, if you're having this discussion without us, it's void. It's not real.
Disrespect.
It's hurtful. It's disrespectful to our family. Put yourself in our shoes. Put yourself in my shoes. Imagine if somebody took you away from your family and put you in a garbage. My child, my 13-year-old son, imagine what that's going to do to him. Put yourself in our shoes. This may be taking up all your little nice sweet time, but guess what we got to live with every day for the last 10 years. This is what I've had to live with. Michelle comes to my home to sit with me. Not Harrison, he sent somebody else to the morgue that day.
Send his goons to harass you.
Yeah, he sent someone else when we know that they are the ones that murdered my son's father.
These groups have done all they're gonna do to voluntarily change. The whole point of us being here is we need to do the things they're not gonna choose how to do.
That's right.
They're not gonna choose to reform themselves because the system works for them right now. The cops get to get away with murder. The prosecutors get to cherry pick the cases that they know will get a conviction. They don't feel like they have to change because the system works for them right now. We're here to demand that you do the things you don't want to do, the things that are uncomfortable, the things that require you to make real sacrifices. That's why we're here today.
You don't have the ones causing the problem on your panel.
Why are y'all here today?
Why are you guys still saying yes, we're our stories?
There should be no cops on that panel, Keith.
So why are you guys still here?
Disingenuous.
Let me just say this. I'm sorry. Look. We are here. All of us are here to provide system change, and that's what we're here for. Now, let me finish, Michelle. Let me just finish my point. If you all are saying that you will not let us have the meeting, and you will not bring forth the 10 families that you've mentioned, who we are here to listen to.
I'm here.
The fact is that we are here to listen to people. But if you're not going to allow us,
Boots on the ground. We're here
To shut this shit down.
Boots on the ground. We're here
To shut your shit
down. Boots on the ground. We're here
to shut your shit down.
Boots on the ground. We're here
To shut your shit down.
Like I mentioned earlier, I want to hear what everyone has to say and why they're still at this table.
Get up.
A lot from you. We clearly see that by anybody here. So we want to get a chance to listen to everyone else that's sitting here.
And I gotta say something real quick too. You say, oh, we came here to listen. No, you didn't come here to listen because you never invited these people to be here.
Right.
We brought these people here.
Yep.
Not none of y'all, not you, not anybody sitting at this table brought these people here except us. Because we organized the community to come here and to talk. You had no anticipation that the community was gonna come here whatsoever, except whatever you saw on the Facebook page.
p.m. at night.
I think there should be an apology.
You know, to say that you were here expecting the 10 families to come here or whatever, no, you're wrong. You never had that anticipation, because if you did, you would ask them to be on one of those panels.
Yep.
Or you'd have them sitting in these chairs, which is where they actually belong.
And we would have mental health providers at the table.
Move on. You don't need to be sitting at this table. Police lobbyists, all rich foundation people, y'all don't need to be sitting here. Y'all need to get up and leave. And the real people, if you're gonna have a panel, which I don't even think you need in the first place, because you know what you need to do. But if you're gonna have a panel, at least make it a panel of the real people with real expertise in this issue. Not the ones that cause the problems or enable the problems. So don't tell us you came here to listen. Don't tell us you came here to listen to the families, because you didn't come here to listen to the families. We brought them.
So let me just say, I'm going to make a motion to suspend the meeting, and we'll reconvene. And so,
We'll shut it down next
at
time
this point,
We will come back. You try